Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, and you might as well get used to the sound you're hearing. The Seminole War Chant is going full throat. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Florida State Seminoles. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Seminoles will get us underway with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll go to the ground. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quickly complete. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He's got it, and they convert. Turns it on in midfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, It's invaluable.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. Back to pass, it's De La Rosa. Dumps it off in the flats. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And a really nice job by the defense of winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
Running it back, it's McClure. And the returner will be knocked down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick.
A shot toward the end zone. Ball in the air, intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Direct snap. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's De La Rosa. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Got enough space, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out in the end zone was not a good one. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Quarterback checking off. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Spits it out to the back. He's got it. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. He'll just keep slinging it. Safe completion on the screen. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Looking for a man. It's De La Rosa. Swings it out to the flat. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He's going to pass on second down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Makes his connection. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Tolzien. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Really nice job there as the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
A 1st down run in the red zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Seminoles! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up in the touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Corners are going to bail. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You know, it's difficult for QB sometimes if you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that
one. On 3rd down, going up top. Looking to scramble. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Looking down the middle. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Working that left side now. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. On the run, it's Key. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Pocket starts to collapse. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Gets it out fast. Finds a crease at the 20. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They march 78 yards down the field, and the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a... He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Flying out to the left. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Timeout, Clemson.
Now it's second and goal. Looking to throw, it's De La Rosa. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Third and goal from way back there. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This seems to be a chip shot field goal attempt and a routine 3 points, but they will go for it on fourth down. They want to throw it. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on fourth down with the heat.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Got his man quickly. Tough physical run, stiff arm and all as they get it out to the 13. Clemson is quick to the line. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Motion from the offense. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The offense hasn't been able to get it done on 4th down. 0 for 2 so far. They'll try to turn that around here. Makes the grab. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And now a chance to pull even. 1st and goal as we get late in the first half. Touchdown, Florida State. Lining up to add another. Smashes it through for the PAT. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
The give out of the gun. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Pressure coming. He's going to let it go. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. At the 30. He's at the 20. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. 14. Fair catch called for and made. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Coming after it. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Complete out of the backfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, their success running the ball really helped them there on that 4th down because they dialed up the bootleg. Lots of people on defense thought it was the back who had the ball. That was just real easy pitch and catch for the quarterback out on the perimeter, and now we've got a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to get to it. And the quarterback is snowed under.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Getting some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Well, in a situation like that where it's 3rd and long, there's not a lot of plays to get that thing completed and keep the drive moving. So you're just trying to buy yourself some real estate and help your punter out.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Got his man on the right. At the 20, he's got space. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Clemson.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Illinois. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll come out throwing on first down. Feeling some... The ball is out behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Wants to throw. It's De La Rosa. They're bringing heat. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. 2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Comes out throwing on first down. On a little time, lets it go. It's complete on the right side. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He wants to throw it again. Flushed out of the pocket. Looking for the score. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Not much reason to go for the onside kick at this point, except they want to run up the score. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive lines. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
Looking for a man. It's De La Rosa. Pocket starts to collapse. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
When it gets in long yardage situations, defensively, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making this situation a lot more manageable.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Hit as he throws. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Clemson! And the route is on. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's De La Rosa. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, no!
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You're powered in for the touchdown and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to...
Snags it down the right side. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. These corners going to give these receivers some space. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. Finds a crease at the 20. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Clemson jumps to the line. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Ball hasn't hit the ground a lot for this QB. He's already thrown 4 TD passes. He saw a look, wanted to take another shot, and that time they just fall short with the incompletion. But this defense, they have not had the answer with respect to defending the pass in this game.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Defense showing plenty of free snap movement of their own. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Giving him his pads. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great...
Ball is loose. On first down, here comes this offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.